Where do you work?
Sax.
Sax. Cool.
Where do you work?
My studio. I'm an artist.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh. Me too.
really. What kind?
I just draw. What do you do?
I'm involved in stenciling.
Oh.
Do you know Holy Dog amplifiers? I do their logos. Yeah. I'll show you some. These are just some thumbs I've done. You know, it's kind of one of those things like, you know, someday somebody will find them and I'll be famous, you know? That's my favorite one. I call this font Los Angeles.
This is Los Angeles. This is my favorite one, too.
Sarah, believe me, I have known Father longer than any of us, and the last time he was hurt was when Mother died. After that, he locked himself up inside. He is going to be unhappy, so everyone must be unhappy. But we are not his kingdom. We belong to ourselves, and if that means we must find our own world and go to it where he cannot follow, besides, it's a better world than this one, and you know it.
But only for a time.
It is our time, and it's magic, and life, and fun, and we're not giving it up. No matter what he does. I can sort of understand. I am going to be queen someday, so I can have any man I want. But you mustn't be so concerned about some foolish, ordinary kind of man that you forget about perfection.
Perfection?
You know what I mean.
But we only see them at night.
Wouldn't you rather have perfect romance some of the time than no romance all of the time?
Well, but they're still men, aren't they?
So?
So I know what we want, I guess. But what do they want? I mean, we're kind of in this together.
We're going to have trouble with you, aren't we?
It's just a question. Somebody must know the answer.
You could always ask your father.
Pardon me?
He must know the answer.
In the first place, no one asked your opinion. And in the second place, that is the last question we are likely to ask our father. Because that is the last question we are likely to answer.
Forgive me, my lady. I was merely trying to be helpful.
Keep it that way.
Maybe she does know.
Don't be silly.
Why not? She's old enough.
Very well, if you all insist, tell us, mistress, what is it that men want? Well, speaking of young men, it seems we seem to be seeing a lot of this one, seem we not?
My lady.
And it appears we continue seeing you. Garden boy, eh?
Yes, please you.
Please me. I am only one of 12. I think you need to be concerned about pleasing all.
Where do you come from? Do you have a name?
Why, it's Michael, my lady.
Michael, a common name, but then you're a common young man, aren't you? Well, what do the rest of you think?
Oh, I like him very much. Sarah, the gardener, for gosh sake. At least remember who you are.
Now, sisters, let's be fair. Perhaps there's some special quality beyond the dirt in his fingernails that only Sarah can see. Tell us, Michael, what pleasing thing have you done for us today?
Oh, why, my lady, these flowers. I brought them for you all.
How lovely!
Why, they're only as beautiful as the princesses that hold them.
You're obviously a very clever young man. I suppose we can tolerate you a while longer. Just remember your place and keep to it, and we'll get along just fine.
Ladies?
Oh, and by the way, if you should ever think of intruding in any, say, private business, don't. It wouldn't be healthy.
Of course.
How dare she!
I told you there was something wrong with her.
After all I've done for her, to think that boy has some chance with her.
How could he have hidden himself? We saw everything.
I don't know, but I'll tell you this. It must be stopped at once. The question is how.
We could go to Father.
Don't be ridiculous.
Why not?
reason? Because the first thing he would do is tell Father the secret, which is exactly what I'm trying to avoid. Yes. Yes. I agree with Sarah.
You do?
Of course. As long as he knows our secret, it would be silly to keep playing this little game of hide and seek. I think it's high time we made him welcome.
You've got to be kidding.
Not at all. If he wants to join our little party so badly, I think it would be bad manners not to invite him.
Ashley!
I think he'll enjoy being with the other young men. So much so that he'll never want to leave. So he won't.
You're serious?
If Sarah wants him so badly, she can have him. Every night. For the rest of eternity.
But how will you do it?
The same as the others, a frozen heart is easily obtained if the right potion is administered. But I will take care of that. Jessie, see if you can find a particularly sumptuous set of clothes. One must be dressed properly for a dance after all. Oh, and Chelsea, an invitation if you please, something to entice him to join us. He can conceal himself in our room until we get there. I will speak to little sister. You want a challenge, garden boy? I'll give you a challenge.
While they were gone, a girl peeped inside. When she saw the porch, she suddenly cried.
I'm so hungry and it looks so good. I wonder if I really should. Oh, this is much too hot. But this is just much too cold. But this little bowl sure hits the spot. Sup, 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 sup.
And she ate it all right up. Next to the parlor, she went on tiptoe, where she found 3 chairs all in a row.
Oh, this is just too hard. But this one's just too squishy. But this I regard as perfectly squishy. It absolutely fits.
And she broke it to bits.
Sorry, Chair. I guess you're more than I could bear. Ha ha ha! He he! An open door is what I see. Food on the table, I am able. It has to be for me. Too hot. Thanks a lot. Too cold. Hey, do be so bold. Finally, just right. I'll eat every bite. It gives me such good pleasure to kick him for good measure. Ha!
Would you look at that? She's nothing but a spoiled brat.
Nothing but a brat? Oh, I'm much more than that. I'm nasty and rotten and mean to the core. You start up with me, you start up a war. You see those chairs? They'll soon read the plans. I'll split them and split them all to the floor. You first, big guy. Oh! You're much too hard. They ought to keep you right in the yard. You're next, middle-sized chair. You're too small, full of hot air. You're nothing but stuffing. They ought to give you a good cuffing. Oh, my poor body aches. Oh, this chair's got what it takes. Sorry, chair, but that's the breaks. Breaks. Oh, I'm so hungry and weary. I spy pie, warm and cheery. Perhaps I'll find a crust of bread or a place to lay my weary head. Oh, this is a little bit too hot. But this one is just too cool. Just right. Much better than the gruel they feed us orphans every night. Look there! A chair! Perhaps there's one for weary